From our midterm and prelim discussion, we have learned about engineering management and decision making. So one way to apply those is in when you are stopping the engineering organization. So next, staffing. It is defined as the management function that determines human resource need, recruit, select, trains, and develop. So in short, yung staffing is yung parang pinupunan mo yung pangangailangan sa tao ng organization nyo by looking for people that is qualified to that position. Next. So there are procedures when you are doing the staffing. So first is yung human resource planning. Next. So for human resource planning, there are three methods. First is forecasting, programming, then evaluating and control. So forecasting, it is the assessment of future human resource needs in relation to the current capabilities. So sa forecasting, you're looking ahead of the future. So tinitignan mo yung future ng organization mo, kung ano yung kailangan para mas mapaganda yung future ng organization mo. Tas meron siyang tatlong methods na i-discuss later, pero mag-proceed muna tayo sa programming. So sa programming naman, dito trinatranslate yung forecasted human resource need to personal objective and goals. Pagka nalaman mo na yung mga kailangan ng company mo para mas maganda in the future, dito ka na mag-iisip ng mga ways or sino yung dapat mong i-hire para ma-attain nyo yung objectives and goals ng company nyo in the future. Next naman is yung evaluating and control, which is from the word itself, evaluate. Dito mo na tinitignan dito mo titignan kung effective ba yung magiging work nung tao na itinalaga mo dun sa task na yun sa organization. So, punta tayo sa method ng forecasting. Merong three methods yung forecasting. First is yung time series method, which is dito mo assess yung company mo based dun sa history. Kunwari, yung mga students, fresh graduates, based from your history, yung mga fresh graduates na students, every after 2 years nila manilbihan sa organization, umaalis sila. So from that, makikita mo yung forecasting na, pag nag-hire ako ng fresh graduates after 2 years, aalis to. So kailangan, ready ko na yung sarili ko na mag-hire ako uli. Next is yung explanatory or casual models, which is identified, related, or have caused particular past condition. So, ginagamit yung mga past condition and then use current measures to predict future conditions. Meron siyang tatlong types. First is yung regression models. So, yung regression models, it uses data from previous period to predict future events. Next naman is yung econometric models, which is galing din sa regression models. It is a system of regression equation estimated from past time series. Last is yung leading indicators, which refers to time series that anticipate business cycle turns. So balik tayo sa methods ng forecasting. Third naman is yung monitoring models. So it provide early warning signals of significant changes in established patterns and relationships so that so yun nga, gaya sabi ko sa students, so monitor mo na every after 2 years may umaalis. So dapat from that monitor, galing dun sa time series method, magagawa mo na yung forecasting mo na, okay, after 2 years, kailangan mag-hire ako. Bago pa matapos yung 2 years nila, kailangan mag-post na ako na, kailangan ko na mag-recruit, which is yung next procedure, which is recruitment. So for recruitment, it refers to attracting qualified persons to apply for vacant position in the company. So simply, yung recruitment, dito na after mo na mag-plan within the organization, dito ka nakikilos. Ano ba yung kailangan ko? Ano ba yung mga qualities na kailangan ko para ma-fulfill yung job, para mas mapaganda yung organization in the future? So merong different sources ng applicants na i-recruit ka. Next, please. First is yung sa organization, organization current employee. So dito sa organization current employee, example, sa crew ka. Tapos through recruitment, dahil maayos yung performance mo, magiging manager ka na. So within the organization, employee ka pa rin ng same parang ni-recruit ka ng organization, kung sang organization nandun ka, pero into a higher position. Next is yung newspaper advertising o yung nakikita natin sa mga dyaryo na job for hire, qualifications with pleasing personality, mga ganon. Next is yung school. Sabi dito, these are good sources of applicants. Representative of companies may interview applicants inside the campus. Ano bang benefits ng mga fresh graduates or yung sa school? Since first time nila ma-experience yung job, mas bigay todo sila dun sa job. So, pag mas bigay todo sila, mas maganda yung output sa organization. Next recruitment source is referrals from employees. So referrals, often connected siya sa word na may kapit, parang ganon. Parang, ako, ire-refer ko yung tao na to kasi sa tingin ko fit na dun sa job. Aeronautical graduate siya, kaya ire-refer ko siya na magturo ng mga aeronautical subjects. Hindi ko siya ibibigay sa mga social science subjects kasi mas alam ko dun siya. So nire-refer siya ng employee. By that, nakakapag-recruit yung organization ng tao na mas fit dun sa job. Next is yung recruitment firms o mas in simple words, yung mga agency. So mostly kilala yung mga agency sa mga like yung Guard Sapats, meron silang Acero Global. So mula dun sa yung organization, pupunta dun sa agency or sa mga recruitment firms para mag-recruit ng tao na fit dun sa job na kailangan ng organization. Last but not the least is yung sa competitors. Organizations, napakarami niyan with same products, same services. So kapag meron kang nakitang tao na dito sa organization na to, staff siya, nakita mo yung qualities niya, yung performance niya is for manager. So pwede mo siya i-recruit sa organization mo as a manager. So next procedure, after ng recruitment, dito na papasok yung selection.
Okay, so dun sa selection. So yung selection, considered to as one of the most important step in engineering management since it provides thorough inspection on the quality of skills present on each applicant. So, yun nga, act of choosing from those that are available, the individuals most likely to succeed on the job. So, to evaluate each candidate and to pick the most suited for the position available. So, pwedeng ma-compare yung skills ng isang employer to another employer and i-identify kung sino ang best fit sa job. So, nakadepende yun sa kanilang skills and kung ano meron sila na pwede i-provide dun sa may job na pipiliin. So, next please. There are ways on determining the qualification of a job candidate. So, yung candidates, pwede mag-provide ng application banks. Ito yung information about a person's characteristics. So, one example doon is yung resume. Dun. So, dun sa resume, nandun nakalagay yung mga skill set ng isang employee or yung applicant. So, dun din nakalagay yung kung ano na experience nila, dun sa resume. And dun, pwedeng i-relate dun yung references. So those are written by previous employers, provide some vital information on the character of the applicant. So yung sa previous job ng applicant, pwedeng mag-input dun yung employer kung ano yung na-observe nila dun sa mismong employee nila na applicant na ngayon ng bagong company na in-applyan ng applicant na yon. So kung ano yung comments yung kung ano yung comments or yung judge ng uh, previous employer na yon, doon pwede ilagay dun sa references. And dun sa next is yung interviews, gathered in an interview by asking a series of relevant questions to the job candidate. So pwedeng mag-ask ng questions yung employer dun sa may applicant kung based kung para ma-satisfy yung gustong alamin ng employer. And testing, it involves an evaluation of the future behavior or performance of an individual. So next please. So ano yung types of tests? Meron tayong psychological test which is an objective standard measure of a sample behavior. So dito matitest yung behavior ng isang applicant na pwede rin ma-relate dun sa may job description. So, first is the aptitude test used to measure a person's capacity or potential ability to learn. So, kung sa aptitude test, dun mame-measure yung gaano siya kabilis mag-learn dun sa job. So, next is the performance test used to measure a person's current knowledge on the subject. So, kung ano na yung uh, knowledge na meron siya dun sa may job na na-applyan niya, dun yun mame-measure sa may performance test. Next is the personality test, used to measure personality traits as dominance, sociability, and conformity. So, sa personality test, yun yung personality ng applicant. Basically, kung ano siya sa kanyang life. Yan. So, interest test used to measure a person's interest in various fields of work. So, kung bale naka-base to yung interest test kung gaano ka-passionate yung applicant na sa kanyang trabaho. And lastly, kung physical examination, a type of test given to assess the physical health of an applicant. So, part na dito yun yung medical exam. Next slide, please. Induction and orientation. In induction, the new employee is provided with necessary information about the company. So, kailangan i-orient yung employees para ma-familiarize sila sa kanilang bagong work environment. So, orientation is also important para magkaroon agad ng confidence yung employee sa bagong duties based on their respective role. So, during orientation, pwede ring makipag-meet and get to know each other sa current co-workers ng company. After that, we have training and development.
For training and development, we have training programs for non-managers and training and education programs for executives. Ito yung part ng staffing engineering organization kung saan ginagawa ng mga employers and management sa kanilang mga employees para ma-familiarize and to improve yung workflow ng trabaho at system ng company. Next po. Training for the first one is training programs for managers. This includes in-basket, management games, and case studies. In this training program, it focuses on the managerial skills such as decisional making skills and organizational knowledge. Next po. The next one is the training programs for non-managers, such as kung saan tayo familiar is the on-the-job experience, vestibule school, apprenticeship program kung saan mas kilala ito sa architectural course and special courses. Ito yung usually mga ginagawa ng mga students or as college students. Next. Another side for non-manager position, kung saan dine-develop nila ang pakikitungo ng isa sa isa't isa. This includes role-playing, behavior modeling, sensitivity training, and transactional analysis. Next. So we have three jobs for the training programs for managers. This includes on-the-job experience, coaching, and understudy. These are some jobs where you immerse yourself in the job to internalize its duties and responsibilities. Next po. Training programs for managers where its methods is to expose the trainee to information outside their immediate job, such as the position rotation and multiple management. In this case, kung saan pinapadala ang kanilang mga employees either from different departments or different store location to enhance their management skills on how to manage different people. Next po. And for the performance appraisal, since from the previous is the training and development, kailangan po natin ng feedback. Feedback on whether the employees have done a great job or still lacks on certain parts of their skills or room to improve their skills. This some of this is to influence in a positive manner, increase pay, and to assess promotional potential of employees. Next one. So there are some ways of appraising performance. Some of this includes rating scale model, essay method, management by objectives method, and work standards method. Next.
Now, we now go to employment decision. So obviously, once you have evaluated or assessed the performance of your employees, you will need to decide what you will do as a response to their performance. Obviously, if the employee does has a positive performance, obviously uh, you will do something to incentivize them to either work harder or to increase their potential. Likewise, kung may ginawa silang mali or they did not meet the expected performance, syempre you will do something as a consequence for their actions. So here we have four. The first is monetary rewards. So this is very simple. Monetary rewards meaning you just give money as reward for doing a great job. So maybe it could be through something as simple as increasing salary, promotion. So we probably all know this term. It just refers to moving a person higher from his current position to a higher position. So for example, you're a instructor at PATS from instructor for CAD lecture. Uh, if you did a great job, for example, exceedingly great job, you could be promoted, let's say, to a chairperson. Similarly, for transfer, it you move a person, but at the same level or at least similar level of responsibility. For example, instructor ka sa PATS and you're for CAD lecture and minove ka sa CAD laboratory. So obviously, it's doesn't require uh, change much in responsibility. Therefore, it can be considered a transfer. Sa demotion naman, it's just the opposite of promotion. You're moved from a higher position to a lower position. So, for example, inverse is from chairperson, let's say may ginawa kang mali. So, perhaps you've been moved to, again, to an instructor. So, let's proceed to the next. So, separation, it just refers to uh, yung termination na mismo ng employee or from the company itself. So, sabi dito, it is either a voluntary or involuntary termination. So, from the term itself, voluntary, meaning ikaw na mismo yung nag-approach sa employer either to resign because you have done something uh, bad or committed a violation of the company and naiya ka siguro and you approach the employer para ma-separate ka na sa company. And involuntary separation or termination is the last option that the management exercise when an employee's performance is poor or when he or she committed an act of violating the company rules and regulations. So let's say ginawa ng despite nung efforts ng management for giving you chances and giving you opportunities to do better and despite that hindi mo pa rin mabago yung sarili mo and your performance is still poor, then the last option would be to terminate you or fire you from the company. So next. So that is the end of our presentation. Here are our group members. Thank you for listening. We hope that you learned something from valuable from us and from our report. Thank you very much.
Hello? 21. Pwede natin ikat yung